Hello everyone, I'm so glad everyone made it. It's time to start today's show.
Hey boss, what's that funny smell?
Well, yeah, what is that funny smell?
Do you want me to investigate, boss?
Sure, just in case, I guess we should, but we really need to start getting going on the show. Let's cue Rich in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, I'm so excited that you are joining me today. Today, our featured Bible story is about King Josiah and his efforts to bring the children of Israel back to honoring God. Of course, we're going to check in on the Dusty and Feather show. There's Bob and Enzo. Of course, we're going to see what Naz and Raz are up to as they teach us a Bible verse. We have game show, the What's It, and so much more. Are you ready to get in the zone? Let's go!
Hello everyone, I'm Joseph from Jacksonville, Florida. You're watching Kids Bible Zone. Bye!
All right. Thank you, Joseph. That looks very fun. I appreciate the welcome. And of course, we need to see where that is on the map. So let's go to the map and see where Joseph is. All right. Thank you, map. Thank you, Joseph. Of course, if you would like to send in a video to have here on the show, we'd love to get it. Just go to our website, kidsbiblezone.com, and you'll see the form there that helps you send in your videos so that you can do a welcome from anywhere in the world. Well, welcome from me, Rich Aguilera. I'm so glad that you're joining me for the episode today. Of course, there is always an episode title, and the one for today is A Community Celebrates. Ooh, I like a celebration. It's always fun to gather with people and celebrate something. But what are we celebrating? We're going to get to our Bible story in a few minutes. Not quite yet, but of course, before we get there, it's time to check out today's brain teaser. We are going to stretch out our brains, do a little brain exercise to get us ready for the episode. And of course, the very cool thing is that they are sent in by you all over the world. So thank you and keep sending those in. And the one from today is sent from Michael in Miami, Florida. Here we go. What do you crack before you can use it? What do you crack before you can use it? All right, interesting. Thank you, Michael, for sending that in. I will reveal the answer, of course, at the end of our episode together. And if you have a brain teaser that you'd like to send to us so that we can have on the show, we would love to get it. And again, go to the website, kidsbiblezone.com, and you will see a form there so that you can send in your cool and awesome brain teasers. All right, well, let's move on now because we've got to check out our hidden animal for today. This challenge is something that we do in every single episode, and it is an animal that is hidden in plain sight in this photograph that I'm going to show you. And your job is going to be to see if you can spot the animal in only about 10 seconds. I believe in you. Are you ready? Here we go. Check out today's hidden animal challenge. All right. Somewhere here. Where could it be? Looking. Give you another few moments, another couple seconds, and it's now time to reveal the answer. The answer was a chameleon. These guys are the experts at blending in. Yep, right there. Cool. Awesome. Hope we were able to find them. That was pretty cool. Can't wait to see the next hidden animal challenge in our next episode. All right, well, let's keep going now. It's time to dive into the Bible story, and we always start with the KBZ News.
Hello everyone and welcome to KPC News. My name is Amaria, and in the breaking news today, we are getting reports of a Bible story unfolding at this time. KBC News has sent a reporter into the field to report about this developing Bible story. 70, can you tell us where you are right now?
Hello, Amaria. As you can see right now, I'm just outside the city of Jerusalem.
Yes, Deputy, I can definitely see that you are no longer in the city, but you are clearly joined by a very large group of, sheep.
That's correct, Amaria. We have a few hundred sheep here right behind me and many thousands more in the valley around the corner.
Did you say thousands of sheep, Deputy?
That's right, Amaria. As we followed the story today, we discovered that there is something very special going on now that we are in the days nearing Passover.
Right, Passover. For many years, Passover has not been celebrated because of the King Josiah's father and grandfather not following God.
That's right, Amalia. Since the Book of Laws was found, King Josiah is working hard to bring back the traditions and celebrations that honor God.
Plus, it seems that he's also been working hard to get rid of all the idols that used to be everywhere. But what does all this have to do with all the sheep?
Sheep and goats, Amalia, plus cattle as well.
Wow, okay, so how many animals are there where you are reporting from?
Amalia, estimates are that there are 3,000 cattle here, plus about 30,000 sheep and goats.
30,000? Why so many animals, Zebedee? What are you hearing there?
Well, Amalia, since normally in the past, Passover was celebrated as a big family feast with family and neighbors, bringing back the tradition has been a little challenging, so King Josiah decided to help.
Wow, King is really working hard to bring God back to front center. What is his plan, Zebedee?
Well, Amalia, the king is aware that part of the Passover tradition requires the sacrifice of an animal. And since many families haven't done this for so long, they don't have animals to sacrifice.
I see. So the king is giving families animals for Passover.
That's right, Amalia. And this is where they are currently being held while they give them to the citizens as they prepare for Passover.
Wow, that is so wonderful. It's amazing to see all the efforts King Josiah is making to bring Passover back.
That's right, Amalia. And so many families have already forgotten what Passover is even about or what they are supposed to do. So the king has a lot of work cut out for him.
Right, but it's really amazing to know that this wonderful celebration will be back. We need constant reminders about the sacrifices God has made for us.
That's right, Amalia. Part of this whole process is to help remind people why we need to sacrifice an animal and make the offerings.
I totally understand, and I'm happy this is happening now.
Amalia, I'm even told several other prominent leaders are also giving thousands of Passover offerings to make sure every single person and family can participate. And, of course, remember the time when we were slaves in Egypt.
We have a lot to be grateful for. Zebedee, thank you for your excellent reporting. We look forward to your continued reporting on this developing Bible story. This is Amalia reporting from KBZ News. We'll see you next time.
Any luck figuring out what that smell was?
Yeah, boss, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
Oh, really? Why is that? You figured out what it was?
Yeah, boss, you're standing in it.
Is that sheep dung? Hi there, I hope you're enjoying the show. Of course, our number one goal is to help you develop your kids into spiritual champions. Another way we do that is with our weekly podcast or radio show, God's Great Earth. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff in there in every single episode. The cool thing is you can listen anytime, anywhere, because it is a podcast. Or, of course, you can also catch it on a variety of different radio stations around the world. Thank you for pointing your kids to Jesus, and I hope that these resources can be a blessing for you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roz, and this is Naz. We're so happy to see you again.
Absolutely, and as always, we found today's hidden Bible verse scroll in a pretty unique place.
Yeah, that's right, everyone. Today we're here in Rio de Janeiro, in Brazil. And this is where we found the hidden Bible verse scroll for today.
Yep, this is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Rio.
Yeah, it's one of the most unique churches here in Brazil because of its cone shape.
Yeah, wider at the bottom and getting narrower at the top.
Yeah, kind of like an upside-down ice cream cone.
Yeah, kinda, that's right. And about 5,000 people can sit inside. And it took 15 years to build. But it's a pretty neat design.
Yeah, what's even neater is our awesome Bible verse for today.
Yeah, that's right. About celebrating and singing about God's goodness. Let's repeat it after me now. Ready? Here we go. They celebrate your abundant goodness.
They celebrate your abundant goodness.
And joyfully sing of your righteousness.
And joyfully sing of your righteousness.
Psalm 145:7.
Psalm 145:7. How cool is that? God is definitely abundantly good.
Yeah, and we joyfully sing about how good He is, not just at church, but anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I love singing about how awesome God is.
Yep, me too. I don't think I'm a great singer, but I do like to write poems too.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Of course, I don't think God cares if you're a great singer or not. He just wants our love.
Yeah, and He's got it. Well, kids, we're off to find the next hidden Bible verse scroll. We'll see you next time.
Bye!
Well, we are in Jamaica, and we are at Dunn's River Falls. We've arrived to this amazing looking spot. Isn't that cool? So we're gonna explore this place today. We're gonna climb up on all those rocks. But first, of course, I wanna tell you about our Bible story, which is a continuation, because we've been talking about King Josiah, who became king at only 8 years old. Many of you guys watching are 8 years old. Can you imagine? So we had talked about in the past how they had found the book of law, which had been lost for decades. And of course, his father and his grandfather, who were not being faithful to God, had lost the book. But King Josiah found the book, and he decided, of course, that he wanted to follow God's laws, and he wanted to encourage all the people there to also follow God's laws. So one of the first things that they had found out, which was in the book of the law, was to celebrate the Passover. Now, Passover was this special festival that they used to celebrate, but they had stopped for decades, and the people had literally forgotten about this. And the whole point of this festival was that they would hopefully never forget Jesus' sacrifice. And what they had to do was sacrifice an animal, and they would have to kill it and offer it up as a burnt offering. And they would do this every year as a way to never forget. So the whole point of the Passover was also a reminder of when they had exited Egypt. Remember, they were slaves and they came out, but that night at the end of those 10 plagues, remember, the final plague was that the firstborns would die unless you sacrificed this animal and you put the blood on the doorposts. So that was what they did right there, right before the Exodus. And so the whole point of doing this Passover every single year was to never forget this festival that would remind them of God's sacrifice. So King Josiah, wanted to help them remember. So because it had been so long, these people didn't even, have animals to sacrifice. So the Bible tells us that King Josiah basically donated 30,000 sheep and goats and cattle so that the people could have to sacrifice and start remembering how to do this ceremony. So that's what they did, and they sacrificed these animals and they took the blood and the whole thing, remembering about when they put the blood on the lintel and everything. And there was other parts of this festival that also came with it. They would have this special meal, and they would eat unleavened bread, that's bread with no yeast, and they would eat bitter herbs. And well, each one of these, of course, had a very special symbol, but they would do this to remember this ceremony. And of course, the cool thing is the tradition then, because of King Josiah, restarted. And all this was done to help remember and celebrate God's goodness. Of course, God is awesome. It's a neat story, and of course it brings me to our special phrase for today, which is God's family celebrates His love forever. In other words, we should never forget to do this and to remember this awesome ceremony. Of course, we don't have to do the sacrificing part anymore because Jesus came and sacrificed Himself. So cool. All right, so are you ready? We're gonna jump in the water here and we're gonna explore these falls and cascades. All right, well, we are in the water and we are working our way over to the cascade. We should get under the waterfall. Well, we have made it to the end of Dunn's River Falls. And I know that we're at the end because when you reach the end, you're actually at the beach. I'm out in the middle of the water, as you can see. And I think it's time to go see what Dusty and Feather are up to.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from the mountains, valleys, coasts, and deserts, we're so glad you're here. Welcome to the Dusty and Feather Show!
Hello and hello to everyone!
Greetings and salutations to all. We're so glad to see you again. My name is Feather, and this is Dusty, and this is our awesome show.
That's right! We specialize in doing shoutouts, playing our game, talking about animals, and eating nachos!
Well, that's right. Eating nachos, Dusty, that's what we do after the show.
I know! We all go and eat nachos!
Well, I'm not sure if the kids eat nachos too. Never mind, Dusty. We need to move on because it's time for our shout-outs.
Shout-outs! I love doing shout-outs. I'll do the first one, Feather. Our first shout-out today goes to Aiden L. in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Good day to you, sir.
Awesome! Our next shout out today goes to a brother and sister team, Christian and Catherine in Cleveland, Tennessee. We're so glad you're watching.
Oh, yes we are. And our final shout out today goes to another brother and sister combo, Wayne and Chloe W. in Yonkers, New York. Hello, and happy shout out to you both.
Yes, that is so cool. I just love that so many kids from all over the world are watching and learning about Jesus.
Yeah, that is super cool. But Feather, I'm getting excited again because it's time to now play our game, Who Am I?
That's right. This is an exciting game where we think of a person from the Bible.
Right, and we give you 3 whole clues about the secret identity of this person.
Exactly. And your goal is to see if you can figure out who this person is in the least amount of clues as possible.
Yes, maybe even with 0 clues.
0?
Okay, 1 clue.
Yeah, that's better. Otherwise, it would be a little bizarre.
True, we are ready though, and I know the kids are ready too, Feather.
Very good, here we go. Our first clue is, I had a very important job naming things.
Ooh, good clue, Feather, naming things. That's almost too good of a clue. I think the kids might already be on to us.
You think?
We'll see. I will give them the next clue, Feather. This person lived to be 930 years old.
Wow, that's right. Very good. If you stop to think about it, that's actually quite amazing. That's a lot of birthday cakes.
That's a lot of nachos.
Right. Well, let's get to our third and final clue. This person's name means soil or earth.
Whoa, all right. There you have it, kids. What do you think? Feather, I wonder if they know the answer.
Yes, I wonder. We've given them pretty excellent clues, Dusty, and it's time to reveal the answer. The answer is Adam!
That's right, Adam, the first man. Cool. Well, now that means it's time for us to go see our special creature for today.
Yes, it is. Let's go.
It's the king vulture.
The king vulture. Boy, I like how they have a bunch of different colors going on there. Kind of cool.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there, Feather. Of course, their very white body feathers is really what makes them stand out in a crowd.
Yeah, that's true. When I usually think of vultures, I think of them kind of dark and gray and getting all dirty eating carrion.
They eat carry-ons? Like those little suitcases we take on the airplane?
Not that carrion. Carrion also means the kind of food they eat, which is decaying animals and fish that normally no one else wants to touch.
But they eat it?
Yeah.
Well, that's disgusting.
But they like it.
It's still disgusting.
Yeah, but it's a good thing they do because they really help clean things up. There are a few other creatures that eat carrion too, like hyenas and crows and maggots.
Well, I'm glad they like that. I'm sure if they tried nachos, they would never go back to eating carrion.
Well, I don't know about that. They really seem to like it, and it seems like that's all they want to eat. They just happen to like it.
Boy, I'm glad God made all the creatures so differently, because these vultures are kind of cool looking, but their eating habits sound kind of horrible to me.
You're right. And God did make some pretty amazing and diverse creatures, and He filled the earth with them. Well, we'll see you kids next time. Bye!
Well, were we able to get the cleaning crew to clean up?
Yeah, boss. They just finished cleaning up. All the sheep and goat dung is gone.
Oh, why does it still smell bad?
Oh, did you want them to clean up the cattle dung too?
Hi there. Our main goal is to help connect your kids to Jesus. Of course, it takes a lot of work and effort and resources to produce this show, and we do not get paid to do this. We do this because we trust in God, and we hope that people like you will step forward and support us to help us to continue making this show and sharing it all over the world. If you would like to help out, please go to our website at kidsbiblezone.com and click on support. Thank you so much.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Break It Down with Bob and Enzo, where we seamlessly break down the action in today's Bible story. I'm Bob, and this is Enzo.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Bob. As always, I'm very excited to be here on the show and so happy with all the viewers joining us today.
100% for sure, Enzo. And today our story is pretty cool because King Josiah is just on a massive roll for God.
That's right, Bob. He's just doing everything in his power to try to bring the Israelites back to worshiping and honoring God again.
For sure. He's just going out of his way, isn't he? I mean, donating over 30,000 animals to people so that they can properly participate in the Passover celebration? Wow.
Yeah, Bob. He didn't want to leave anyone out. Anyone that wanted to be part of this had no excuse, which must have been an amazing thing to be part of.
Right. That first Passover after so many years must have been an amazing celebration. And I'm sure God was so happy to see them once again, remembering how much he loves them and how much he did for them when he brought them out of slavery in Egypt.
Yeah, Bob. That's so cool. What a great story.
Alrighty, it looks like we have a caller, Enzo. Hello, welcome to Break It Down. You are on the air.
Hello, what do we have to do today so we don't forget about this again?
Great question, Bob. The last thing we want to happen is for everyone to forget all over again.
Very true, Enzo. That would not be good. Passover was ultimately there to remind everyone of the sacrifices Jesus would make someday.
Right, Bob. Which Jesus made when he came back to Earth 2,000 years ago.
Right, Enzo. Since he already now came and died for us, now his sacrifice is the reminder that we have, which is why we don't have to celebrate Passover anymore.
That's so awesome of him. Which is why we really have to make sure we never forget what he's done for us and how much he loves us.
Exactly, Enzo. Which is why it's so important to worship and thank him every day.
And every week too, Bob.
Exactly. We can worship and thank him every day on our own, and then once a week we can get together with a bunch of other believers and worship and thank him together.
That's so cool, Bob, but I worry sometimes that people forget to worship and thank him on their own during the week.
Right, Enzo. That's true. That can happen.
So what can we do about that, Bob?
I'd say the best thing we can do is make a little time every single day to talk to God and quietly thank him for what he has done for us.
Yeah, and we can do that any time of the day, and we can do it anywhere, Bob.
Right, and if you're part of a family, that is probably the best way and time to do it, together with your whole family.
Yeah, Bob. It can be in the morning or after a meal or in the evening or any time.
Right, and God sure loves it when families come together and remember and celebrate his love together.
That's for sure, Bob. That's my favorite time of the day.
Me too. Plus, I also really enjoy worshiping God at church too. It's like a weekly celebration, reminding us how much God loves us.
What a great way to never ever forget, Bob.
You said it. Alrighty, Enzo, it looks like we have time for one more caller here on the show. Hello, welcome to Break It Down. You are on the air.
Hello, young man. Can you tell me which burrito specials you have today?
I'm sorry, it appears you have dialed the wrong number, which means our time is up for today. Thank you for being with us here on Break It Down. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you very much, Bob and Enzo, for breaking it down for us. And now it's time for Game Show. This is where I ask you 5 questions and you attempt to answer 5 questions. Of course, if you've been paying attention, this should be a piece of cake. Oh, but have you been paying attention? Here we go. Remember, if you know the answer, shout it out. All right, here we go with question number 1. What's the name of that big celebration the Israelites started to celebrate again? That's right, the Passover. Nice. All right, let's keep going. Question number 2. What did the Israelites put on the doorposts for Passover? That's right, lamb's blood. Wow, okay. Let's check out question number 3. About how many sheep and goats did King Josiah give to the people? That's right, about 30,000. Wow. All right, let's keep going. Let's check out question number 4. What's the name of the falls that I visited in Jamaica? That's right, Dun River Falls. So cool. All right, let's keep going to check out question number 5. What's the name of the food that vultures eat that's dead and decomposing? That's right, carrion. All right, good job, everyone. Whew. All right, let's move on. I'm so excited because it's time for the brain teaser. I'm sure you remember the brain teaser that I said earlier that was sent to us by Michael in Miami. Of course, I will give it to you one last time, last chance to get it right. I will read it for you now. Here we go. What do you crack before you can use it? The answer? A glow stick. Oh, I was gonna guess an egg or something, but it's a glow stick. You know those glow sticks, you have to crack them so the two chemicals mix. Can't do anything with it without cracking it first. Oh, made us think, Michael. Very nice. Thank you so much for sending that in. And remember, if you have a brain teaser that you'd like to share on the show, please go to our website, kidsbiblezone.com, and send it in so that we can get it and put it on the show. Haha, cool. All right, well, let's keep going now because it's time to check out today's What's It? What was that thing that we saw? It was so zoomed in, I couldn't tell. And that's the whole point. This is something in nature, something God made. It's a photograph that I'm going to show you that I showed you last time. And that way you get one last chance to see if you can get it right. Okay, here it is. Check out the one that I showed you last time. Aha, yes, I remember. But I still don't know what it is. But that's okay because I will reveal the answer now. It is a butterfly wing. Whoa, that's kind of cool. That's what it looks like zoomed in. Kind of neat. All right, of course I will show you another one now, and you have until our next episode to see if you can figure out what it is. All right, check it out. Here it is. Yeah. Wow. What is that? All right, so like I said, you have until the next episode to think about it and see if you can figure out the answer. All right, well, let's keep going now because it's now time to sum it up. Of course, this is the time where we get to sum up the two very important things that we talked about today, and the first one is our memory verse. That's right, it's important to hide God's word in our heart and take it everywhere we go. Of course, I want to help you memorize it, so we're going to repeat it together one more time. Ready? Here we go. They celebrate your abundant goodness and joyfully sing of your righteousness. Psalm 145:7. Whoa, that's so cool. And God definitely is abundantly good. Cool. All right, well, the second thing that we want to make sure we remember is our special praise. That's right. Let's say that one together. Here we go. God's family celebrates His love together. Awesome. That is so cool. Got to remember these things. Of course, our time together is up. I've had a great time with you, but we always finish with a word of prayer. Let's bow our heads. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for loving us so much, for making the huge sacrifice of dying for us so that we could be saved. All because you love us so much. Even though you died and we don't have to sacrifice lambs anymore, help us to never forget what you did for us. We want to celebrate and remember your goodness every day. We love you. In your wonderful name I pray, amen. And now, as we finish up our time together, it's time to be amazed by God's amazing creation. We'll see you next time.